sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's going to fix something. I know. She's
Describe each other's aura. What color would it be?
That's a nice question. An aura.
yellow.
For me?
Sunshine. Yeah.
Ah, thank you.
And like also, I think there's also purple.
People online are suddenly acting like Ariana Grande needs to be rescued from Cynthia Erivo, and it's honestly bizarre. One clip goes viral, someone adds dramatic music, and suddenly Cynthia is controlling, starts trending like it's a proven fact. Comment sections spiral into chaos, and a supportive friendship gets turned into a full-blown conspiracy. What makes this even stranger is that the whole conversation didn't even start with Ariana. It started with her brother, Frankie Grande, who was openly emotional and proud after their defying gravity moment at the Oscars. He hyped them up like Broadway history in the making, calling it the gay Super Bowl and celebrating their bond with nothing but love. That alone says a lot. The people closest to Ariana aren't worried at all, yet strangers online are convinced they've uncovered something dark. A few TikTok edits later, Cynthia is being labeled everything from controlling to emotionally manipulative. Some are even calling her the Wicked Witch, all based on selective clips with dramatic sound effects. That's how fast the internet can rewrite a story. Here's what's actually happening. Ariana and Cynthia have grown extremely close. In interviews, on red carpets, and behind the scenes, they're almost always together. They share emotional moments, poetic captions, and talk openly about energy, connection, and creative bonding. Fans take those moments, edit them like movie trailers, and suddenly rumors start flying. Yes, Cynthia often steps in first when Ariana looks uncomfortable. You can see her lean forward, ready to handle things before they escalate. She's protective. Ariana, meanwhile, tends to go quieter and let Cynthia take the lead. To some people, that looks strange, but to others, it looks like trust, like feeling safe. Since when did a close friendship automatically become a crisis? Now people are throwing around words like trauma bonded because the two of them get emotional together, comfort each other in interviews, and even have matching tattoos. But think about the context. They spent over a year working on Wicked, filming 2 massive films back to back. Long days, intense pressure, constant scrutiny. That kind of experience can absolutely create a deep bond without it being unhealthy. Somehow, the internet turned a supportive connection into a psychological thriller overnight. And it raises a bigger question. Why does the internet go into full diagnostic mode whenever 2 women are emotionally close? Why can't deep, supportive friendships exist without being labeled as red flags? The pattern is clear. Fans romanticize their closeness, then immediately flip it into dark theories. It's like people are comfortable seeing powerful women uplift each other only until they can't control the narrative anymore. Let's not forget what Ariana and Cynthia are celebrating right now. Wicked isn't just another movie, it's a historic success. Both parts pulled in hundreds of millions worldwide, with critics praising their performances across the board. That level of success brings pressure, but it also brings pride. If they seem attached right now, maybe it's because they accomplished something huge together. And Cynthia didn't just appear out of nowhere. She's a Tony, Grammy, and Emmy winner thanks to The Color Purple. She co-produced a Tony-nominated play and even hosted the 2025 Tony Awards. She's been respected in Broadway circles for years. Funny how no one called her controlling back then. That label only showed up after she got close to Ariana. A lot of the outrage doesn't actually feel like concern for Ariana. It feels like projection, because anyone who's ever had someone step in when they were overwhelmed knows that kind of support can be grounding, not suspicious. Sometimes people mistake healthy protection for control, simply because they've never experienced it themselves. There's also an uncomfortable double standard here. When a woman, especially a Black woman, shows confidence, leadership, or assertiveness, the internet reacts differently. Words like intimidating and possessive get thrown around. Meanwhile, those same traits in others are praised as loyalty or strength. Ariana has been open for years about her anxiety in high-pressure environments. Cameras, crowds, microphones, constant judgment. It's overwhelming. So when Cynthia steps in quickly, it doesn't automatically mean she's overbearing. It could simply mean she knows Ariana well enough to sense when she needs help. That's not control, that's care. Then there's the dependence theory. People say Ariana can't go anywhere without Cynthia, pointing to them walking side by side as proof. But if you were in the most intense press cycle of your career, wouldn't you want the person you feel safest with close by? That's human. The skipped press events added fuel to the fire, but the reality was simple. Cynthia lost her voice, and Ariana skipped too in solidarity, not because of drama, not because of control, because she didn't want to do interviews without her co-star. That's loyalty, not manipulation. Rumors have also started swirling about Ariana possibly canceling her 2026 Eternal Sunshine tour due to exhaustion and health issues. But instead of accepting that she might need rest, the internet immediately searches for hidden motives. That's how conspiracy culture works. Scroll through the comments and you'll see two extremes. One side sees manipulation and power plays, the other sees support and respect. And realistically, the truth is much closer to the second one. Not everything is a scandal. Some people now insist their bond must come from pain, as if two women can't lean on each other unless something is broken. It's almost like healthy friendship doesn't trend enough anymore. Meanwhile, if you actually watch their interviews, all you see is mutual admiration. Ariana constantly praises Cynthia's work ethic. Ariana calls Cynthia one of the most inspiring people she's ever met. That doesn't sound toxic. It sounds like respect. Still, every glance is dissected. Every laugh becomes suspicious. Silence is treated like guilt. Peace looks like a cover-up. Ariana focuses on her health and healing. Cynthia posts about strength and self-love. Neither feeds the drama, and that somehow frustrates people even more. There's also a clear gender double standard. When male stars support each other, they're praised. When women do it, it's called too much. That says everything. At the end of the day, these are real people. They get sick, they get tired, they need support. Cynthia showing up for Ariana isn't controlling, it's protective. The kind of support most people wish they had. Maybe the real story isn't a scandal at all. Maybe it's just a strong friendship surviving intense pressure. And if that makes people uncomfortable, that discomfort doesn't belong to Ariana or Cynthia. It belongs to the audience. Not every bond comes from trauma. Sometimes it comes from trust, and maybe it's time the internet learned the difference. If you enjoy breakdowns like this, cutting through the noise and looking at what's actually happening, make sure to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. This story is still evolving, and you won't want to miss what comes next.